Stop that! This is serious, you moron.
Wah! That's right. Don't mess with the sugar.
What is a P2P? That's what I'm going to be explaining in this video on what is a P2P. Before we start, hit that like, subscribe button, and the bell notification icon so you know when I have new videos out. Yes, I am playing JAK II, and yes, I activated all the OP cheats because I really don't feel like recording myself falling down a ditch, then having to respawn, and then having to re-edit. So I just play hero mode, get 30 orbs, and I have invulnerability, unlimited ammo, and dark jack. Wait. Invulnerability doesn't apply to gravity, it only applies to damage taken. Either way, I don't feel like watching my health in the middle of a fight. Anyways, on to the topic of P2P, or what is known as pay to play. Not that kind of pay to play. So we'll cover what is a P2P and why it is that they're stigmatized. So a pay to play, or a P2P for short, is a site or a service that you pay money to then use the service. And in the case of acting, you are paying a fee to have access to a site's auditions. So let me reiterate, you pay X amount of fee to a site in order to have access to auditions that you can submit for. Pay-to-plays cover every genre from commercial, character, audiobook, narration, e-learning, you name it. There are multiple pay-to-plays out there, and what happens is this. A client will have a project for, let's say a commercial. This client will be looking for talent, in this case voiceover talent, to fill a role. That role usually being the person who's speaking on whatever the brand is. So let's say, for instance, the client needs a voiceover for a commercial about chicken. I just thought of chicken because I'm kind of hungry right now and I got a pot roast going. You know what, never mind. So the client's looking for somebody to voice their commercial to sell chicken. So what they would do is they would go to a pay-to-play site, post an offer with a price like, let's say $400 for this one spot about chicken. And then after that, a bunch of people would submit an audition with the script that they provided in order to be considered for this job. If they get the job, then what happens is they do the recording and whatever specs that were required, like a remote session or something, and then after that, they get paid the agreed upon amount. That's the basic build of a P2P site. Before any of that, you usually make an account, put some information down about who you are, what you specialize in, and then you're able to apply for auditions. Now, if you remember correctly, I said earlier in the video, why are they stigmatized, and that we were going to cover that. So, let's cover why it is that P2Ps are stigmatized. One of the main reasons of why it is P2Ps aren't exactly looked at as good, one, because they are known to have scam castings. Someone in some foreign country decides to put out some very suspicious casting call, and then once they cast somebody, they take all their information or whatever it is that they want to take. The second reason, there are people that go onto P2Ps, mainly corporations, that normally when they go through an agency, they are required to offer a standardized fee to pay the actor. But on a P2P, the standardized fee is whatever they want it to be. And we're talking everything from just local things to international scale type stuff that usually has to go through a union, which then means it has a set price to pay. So one of the main reasons why people are against a P2P is because of the fact that there are high-end clients who have a job that usually fetches for a higher price, but then they go to a pay-to-play and then they undercut. To add to that, when a client lists down their price, like say $499 to $600 for a job, there is a chance that when somebody makes their written pitch that goes with their audition, that they will try to go even lower to try and get the job. So not only do you have the person who created the call trying to undercut you, but you also have rival talent trying to undercut as well. Another thing that's also picking up is P2Ps is where you will find auditions for in perpetuity and buyout contracts. Not to mention in perpetuity and buyout contracts for AI stuff. So if you remember the earlier video where I covered how there are legal contracts that talent can sign that signs away their voice to a company's AI, you can find them here, a lot of them, and the pay can also be very low as well. So those are the main reasons why they're stigmatized. Now at this point you're probably wondering, is there a benefit to a P2P at all? Should I just completely avoid them? I did dish out the negatives on a P2P. I will tell you some pros of a P2P if you decide to use them. If you're part of a P2P, it is a good way to network with other people if you get cast, as well as build good habits on auditioning, because you can expect a similar amount of traffic, maybe more, maybe less, if you were to join an agency. At the same time, it is another way that you can cut your teeth when you finish training or are at a proficient level but have yet to start booking work. Like you're fresh out the training gate and just wondering, where do I start? A P2P could have that. Now that's provided you're willing to pay whatever initiation price is listed there, because usually P2Ps have a hefty price to join, and we're talking like $1,000 for one whole year with no option to pay a monthly fee instead of a yearly fee. But to sum it all up, the main thing that keeps people away from P2Ps is the fact that they gotta pay for auditions, the other being that they're getting undercutted. But then for the people who do use P2Ps, there have been some people that have found success. What do I think in my opinion about a P2P? I think that more the minority find success than the majority, because I've seen people shell out 100 auditions and get nothing back, and then I've seen people shell out one audition and get everything back, and the people that got everything back I see less of than I see more of. So that's a P2P. That's how it works. That's why some people like it. That's why some people don't. Overall, where you decide to go, understand that when you're starting off, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and other times if that's not for you, that's fine too. But hope this video helped. This is a little bit shorter than I thought it would be. If this video helped you, hit that like, subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon as it helps me out, and I'll see you guys around.